In the 1930s, aviation transformed the world, shrinking weeks of travel into days. Pan America Grace's Airways, or Panagra, was at the forefront linking South America to the United States. Today we explore a registered letter from Peru to Panagra's offices in the iconic Chrysler building, a skyscraper that epitomized the ambition and excess of the Roaring Twenties. We'll uncover Panagra's rise, the Chrysler building's challenging construction and architectural innovations, the objections it faced, and where this letter landed in its halls. What does this artifact reveal about an era of soaring dreams? Welcome to the video. I'm your Postal curator, Joseph.
Pan America Grace Airways, Panagra, was formed in September 1928, but it was never officially renamed. Instead, it was a joint venture between Pan America World Airways and WWII Grace and Company. By 1942, Panagra operated over 7,000 miles of routes, mastering Andean navigation with advanced weathering forecasting. Its pilots, known as Andean Eagles, were celebrated for high-altitude flights. Panagra carried diplomats, businessmen and cargo, strengthening economic ties across the Americas. After Pearl Harbor in 1941, Panagra's routes became critical for military logistics, ferrying supplies and personnel despite wartime fuel shortages. Operating 20 aircraft, including modernized DC-3s, with bases in Lima and Santiago, Panagra maintained near-flawless scheduling by 1942. This letter to Panagra's Chrysler building, its offices, likely reflects its growing influence, perhaps a contract or a route proposal, or even a wartime missive. The Chrysler building at 405 Lexington Avenue, New York City, is an Art Deco masterpiece, designed by William Van Allen for automotive magnate Walter P. Chrysler. Construction began on September the 18th, 1928, and was completed by March the 27th, 1930. It reached 1,046 feet with 77 floors. It briefly held the title of the world's tallest building for 11 months, until the Empire State Building surpassed it on April 11th, 1931.
Building the Chrysler was a monumental challenge shaped by both ambition and architectural innovation. Originally commissioned by developer William H. Reynolds for an 808-foot tower with a glass dome, the project was sold to Chrysler in late 1928, who demanded it become the world's tallest. The construction used 391,831 rivets, 29,961 tons of steel, and 3,826,000 bricks, costing $20 million, about $287 million in modern money. Remarkably, no workers died, unlike the 5 fatalities at the Empire State Building. The rapid pace, 4 floors per week, required workers to handle heavy materials at extreme heights, increasing risk. A key architectural issue was compliance with New York City's 1916 zoning resolution, or setback law, which mandated setbacks to allow sunlight to reach the street. This gave the Chrysler its wedding cake base, which in architectural terms, the wedding cake style, is an informal reference to the building with many distinct tiers, each set back from the one below, resulting in a shape like a wedding cake. The spire's assembly was the most daring feat. To win the race to the sky against Craig Severance's Bank of Manhattan Trust Building, 927 feet tall, Van Allen secretly constructed the 185-foot, 27-ton spire in sections inside the building's fire shaft. It was hoisted through the top in 19 minutes in November 1929, securing the Chrysler's 1,046-foot height. This secrecy required precise engineering to ensure stability and avoid detection, a logistical triumph. Fabricating the stainless steel crown and radiator cap gargoyles on the site, on the 65th and 66th floors, posed another challenge, as workshops had to measure and craft these custom ornaments under tight conditions. Chrysler clashed with Van Allen over the lobby's design, rejecting 4 large columns as cramped. Removing them demanded structural recalculations to maintain stability whilst creating the open, luxurious space with red Moroccan marble and Edward Turnbull's Transport and Human Endeavour mural. The Chrysler Building faced sharp criticism. Many New Yorkers and critics deemed its Art Deco design, buff white and beige brick with dark banding, geometric setbacks, eagle heads and radio cap gargoyles, overtly extravagant, a flashy advertisement for Chrysler's automotive empire. Some saw it as a symbol of the hedonistic era that ended with the October 29, 1929 stock market crash, arguing its scarred Manhattan skyline. Van Allen also faced personal objections from Chrysler, who refused to pay his requested 6% fee, then $840,000, on the $14 million budget, citing no formal contract. Van Allen sued and won, but this dispute, combined with the Great Depression, derailed his career. The Chrysler Building is steeped in lore. Edward Collins, a construction foreman, chose to be depicted in Turnbull's lobby mural, holding a blueprint in overalls to honour his workers over accepting a new Chrysler car. An unconfirmed tale recalls a B-2 bomber displayed in the hallway during the 1940s, remembered by a visitor who saw it there as a child. The Chrysler's layout, with its grand lobby of limestone, black granite, and red Moroccan marble, suggests the mailroom was near the Lexington Avenue entrance or a basement service area. This letter from Peru to Panagra's upper floor offices, shared with Pan Am, would have arrived at the mail room, likely on the ground floor, been sorted, and then sent via elevator. So let's analyse the cover. So we have a large registered cover, in all probability from the Pan American Grace Airways offices in Lima, Peru, to their office in the Chrysler Building in New York. It's franked at the top and also down below a little here with an attractive array of 6 colour frankings of period issues, including 2 blocks, and all of these are tied by 6 May 30th, 1942 CDSs, alongside a registration label. It's been censored and opened and then closed, as we can see on the reverse, by US authorities, as it's World War II, of course, and the reverse revealing the transit marks of its journey towards New York City. So after Lima, it then landed in Miami, as we can see from the CDS here, on the 2nd of June, which is where it was censored, resealed, and then leaving on the 3rd of June, as indicated by this Miami CDS here. It then arrived in New York on the 4th with these 2 oval registered division hand stamps and a New York Grand Central Annex CDS. And as I understand it correctly, the Chrysler Building is opposite on the opposite side of the street to the Grand Central Annex. Then it was taken to the building, sorted, and sent via lift to the offices of Pan America Grace Airways. Panagra would later cease operations on February the 1st, 1967, when it was merged with Banif International Airways. This registered letter from Peru to Pan American Grace Airways bridges a South American nation and a New York icon. Sent during Panagra's peak, it captures an era where aviation united continents. The Chrysler Building, despite construction challenges and objections, stood as a beacon of modernity. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe for more postal history videos. See you on the next one.